Hello. Okay. All right, we'll move to the people in the room in order to introduce themselves as well. From the front here.
Well, how are you guys? It's nice to meet you. My name is Hazem Shaheen. I work as a supply chain director in a French pharmaceutical company for like 14 years now. And prior to that, I also had more or less supply chain procurement logistic background.
Because it seemed like it went out here. Okay.
We heard about your program and we got really interested for a variety of reasons. We're going to talk about it later. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Ahmed Rashid, marketing supply chain manager at Prereqs.
Okay.
Undergraduate supply chain student in Khalid, second year student at the Nile University.
Excellent. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you to meet you again. My pleasure. This is Zakaria Yahya, Associate Professor in Supply Chain and Operations Management here at Business School. Nice to meet you.
Supply chain character.
That's what I'm noticing. I'm like,
Dominated by supply chain. Today we have a supply chain Procter and Gamble. Yeah, so we were here in order to introduce the company to the student, and actually they showed the student how to apply. So, Khalid is the associate dean that we met her before, so he's been introduced many times. Yes.
I'm a junior student in
Muhammad here at Nile.
And I am medical manager at Music One.
Excellent. Amal. So we have.
never going to be
She's the name of the hat, and I'm always saying we have. I don't know why. For me, it's the hat.
Okay, nice to meet you again. I'm assistant professor of finance here at Nile University.
Khalid.
Hi, nice to meet you again. I was working
Yes. اللي صوتك عشان الناس تسمع.
Good morning, my name is Mohammed Samir, and I'm a student. I study business administration, and I'm the first level, and I have a mission to have an
Thank you very much. And we will have, yes, go ahead.
So I'm Phil Cavalier, I'm the provost and chief academic officer at UT Market, and I'm thrilled to have all you here, and I look forward to talking to you afterwards. And we're thrilled about this partnership. You know, incredibly diverse here.
My name is Erica, and I'm director of Music One.
Haddad, Professor of Finance at Market.
I'm Jennifer Hillebrew. Everybody calls me Jenny. I'm the coordinator for the MBA program at the university. So students will pretty much work with me as far as enrollment, registration, questions, help. The go-to girl, I guess you could say.
Excellent.
I'm Stephanie Butler, and I handle all things international. So I'll help you with the admission process, doing your paperwork. You know, if something happens later on, you decide to come, I'm the one that issues that paperwork for you to get a visa to come physically to the US.
Hello, I'm Nada. I'm the Assistant Director for Graduate Studies. And I'm here helping
in every way.
Hello, this is Fatma Qut. I'm the coordinator of the program. I contacted every one of you for sure. I'm here to hear any questions you have and to answer.
Excellent. And I am Hassan Ali, I'm a professor of economics and at my university, and I do welcome all of you. أهل البيت وبرا the guests, and the family members, so to speak. I think we'll start the information session.
Yes. So now we'll officially start the information session. Today we will provide you with information on the NU EMBA and UTM MBA dual degree program. Let me share with you the agenda for today. We'll start with welcome remarks by our Dean of Business School, Dr. Hassan Ali. Then we'll provide a short introduction for the teams of the EMBA program at Nile University and the MBA program at UTM. We'll give you a short overview about why the dual degree program is special. We're going to show you the dual degree courses that will be taken at UTM and will be taking at Nile University, so you get an idea of what you will be learning about. Finally, we'll give you a brief overview about the payment options, and then we'll go to the questions session where you can ask any questions about admission requirements, about detailed questions about payment, etc. Just feel free because we have all the experts in the room today. So we'll start with Dr. Hassan Ali.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I already did my welcome, but I'm going to do another welcome. We have 3 people just came in. Be kind to introduce yourself, the people who just came in. Yes.
I'm in business administration.
Okay. Excellent. Here at Nile University. Excellent. Thank you.
My name is Usama Osama. I'm a business student at the University of MBA.
Excellent. Thank you.
I'm a expert in active medicine, medical director of healthcare group. I'm currently here for the programs for MBA.
Thank you very much, Muhammad. Appreciate. Should I take it with me, or I can do that as well? Okay. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to carry it. Looks good.
That's nice.
It's like people who are walking by the coast looking for metals. You know? That's what, yeah. Well, one more time, I do thank you all for coming over. We do have a very distinguished team, guest from University of Tennessee at Martin. As you probably all know, University of Tennessee is a land grant university. It's one of the oldest university in the United States. And we are very lucky to have Professor Phil. Phil Cavalier is the provost, means the chief academic advisor. I'm sorry, chief academic officer, the president, the academic president, so to speak, for University of Tennessee. And we are really proud of having you over, and we welcome you and your team. And this guy is the guy that started this thing with me. Professor Mahmoud Haddad is professor of finance, and he has been there, I think, the longest, probably over 25 years.
30 years.
30 years. Okay. Okay. And of course, as you all also know, we have Erica Bell. Erica Bell is the, as you can see now, the director of the Office of Educational Outreach. So anything that has to do with international education and the like, Erica will be there to help. She will lend a hand, of course. And those 2 beautiful ladies here are the ones that we are working with all the time, Jennifer and Stephanie. Jennifer is the coordinator for this program, for the MBA program, the dual degree. She is the one who is taking your application and processing it and so on. And as you know, also the International Student Service is all owe it to Stephanie, who is helping with that. So this is an introduction one more time for everybody here. We are very happy to have them over. And I'm sure, as you all know, whoever comes here and being on the Nile, not drink from the Nile, will come back. So we are hoping that they will come back. This is our own NU team. the MBA. Dr. Ahmed Fayed is the acting director. Ahmed has been for over a year now. And right now, Nada is the assistant director. And Nada is actually, before coming here, she was working in Kuwait International University or American University, Kuwait American University. And Fatma is the graduate studies coordinator. All of them are probably new to the campus, but the most recent one is Taghreed. Taghreed Hassan in the back is the marketing specialist, and she will have a major role to play in bringing people to this program. Why the dual degree program? Should I say that, or somebody else will do that? I can do it? Okay. All right. Well, this is what we have been working for, myself and Professor Mahmoud, for over 4 years. Literally back and forth, going to Tennessee and holding more than maybe 20-25 Zoom meetings in order to be here at this point, because this is the first of its kind that we have Egyptian university in real partnership with the US university, where almost 50% of the courses are taught by each institution, 6 courses by NU and 6 courses by UTM. And by the end, the winner is the student, because in 18 months, you get 2 degrees. You get an MBA from University of Tennessee at Martin, and you get an executive MBA from Nile University. Our executive degree, as you all know, is accredited by the Ministry of Higher Education and the Supreme Council of Egyptian University, and their degree is accredited by the AACSP, which is the international accreditation body. And as Mahmoud always reminds me, only 10% of the business school in the world are accredited by the AACSP. We are still young. We have to grow a little bit more in order to apply for the AACSP. But it's very much in our plan, actually strategic plan for the 5-year that we finished has this in mind. We are very happy that our student will have the best of both worlds. You will have a degree that you can work with it inside Egypt and outside Egypt. You have a degree that, well, and this is important, can make you further your education. You can continue with your 2 degree into higher degree. We are planning to go into, again, a joint venture in the future for a DBA. So people who finish this degree will be automatically eligible to get into the DBA in 3 to 4 years from now. So this is very important advantage. Not only you are getting the MBA to get promotion in your work, or to find a better place than the one that you are in right now, but also if you would like to further your education, you have the degrees there. We have a lot of reason to say that this is unique, because even in the United States, if you ask UTM, do you have any other partnership that you have with any other part of the world, they still gonna use our example as a model to build a partnership with other countries. So this is important. And Nada put the courses, so I'm gonna give it to you to explain that.
So just to give you an overview about the courses that you will be taking and which courses you will be taking at which institutions. To start with, the business core courses are offered by UTM. You'll get a good... Yes?
The slides, would you please move the slides? عشان we can hear and read the slides as well.
So you can't see the slides?
Yeah, we can't see the slides, but the slides يعني السلايدز مش ماشيه مع الكلام. انت دلوقتي بتتكلمي على الكورسز، فالسلايدز مش بتتكلم على الكورسز، سلايدز لسه على اول سلايد خالص.
Really?
هو حضرتك غالبا عامله شير سكرين حضرتك غالبا عامله شير سكرين للباوربوينت نفسه، فلما حضرتك بتدوسي بريزنت ما بيجيبش الشيء اللي بريزنتد، هو بيفضل جايب الباوربوينت نفسه.
كده
بالظبط. حضرتك يا اما شير السكرين كلها، او حضرتك ممكن تعملي بعد ما تعملي بريزنت تعملي شير للبرزنتيشن نفسها، مش للباوربوينت. يعني تلغي الشير وتري شير تاني.
اوكي يعني ماشي.
يعني بالظبط بريزنت في تو ويندوز دلوقتي، ويندو للبرزنتيشن ويندو للسورس بتاع الباوربوينت، بدك تعملي شير للبرزنتيشن.
This one, can you see it this way?
يس بس بس شايفين اللي هو الكرنت سلايد والنكست سلايد.
Okay.
It's okay now.
It's okay, I think so, yes. So the business core courses, you would take accounting, economics, finance, leadership, and marketing strategy. So you would have a good foundation in all aspects, and at a managerial level, this would help you in dealing with interdisciplinary issues. The business analytic courses will be offered by Nile University, and this is something unique, as Dr. Hassan mentioned. It's the only program of its kind in Egypt that has this focus. We have international professors coming to teach you these courses. As you know, data is the new oil, and knowing how to analyze data and make decisions that are driven by data are vital for today's corporates and businesses to thrive. Electives are also offered by Nile University, so you will be taking 2 electives. And finally, the capstone course, which is business policy and strategy, it would be taught by UTM. The payment options that we have, we try to facilitate the way you pay as much as possible. So you can pay through installments, you can pay per course or semester, and we also have scholarships available based on academic standing and also based on practical experience. And we can talk more about this in the questions session. These are the contact info of our graduate studies coordinator, Fatma Qutb at Nile University, and also of Jenny and Stephanie. So you can take a screenshot of this if you're on Zoom, or you can take a photo if you're here, just to contact them in case you have any questions in the future. And now we can open the floor for questions. Do you want to say anything? You're good. Okay, go ahead.
So I will just say that this is a position that has just recently been created as a full-time staff member. This position has been previously held by the faculty at the College of Business and Global Affairs. So now that there's a full-time person in this role, there's more dedication, more opportunities for me to act one-on-one with each student. So when I actually arrived here in Egypt, I had 2 late admissions that will start June the 6th that I've been working with since I've been here. I just wanted to say that I'm very much hands-on with all of the students that are in the current program. I help with registration. I help with explanation of the classes. I'm in constant contact pretty much every day, 7 days a week with our students. So anytime you would like to reach out, I do have some cards that I've left here. Please feel free to email me. I want this to work just as much as Dr. Haddad and Dean because they have put so much work into this and we want it to succeed, because if this succeeds, then it certainly opens the door for the university and Nile University in other business or other schools here and for our school as well. So thank y'all for having us. Thank you for coming and taking your time to listen to us today.
Yeah, we are definitely excited to have y'all come and listen and get interested in the program. This can work. We'll work with you however we need to try to make things, easy through the application process, through, Erica being able to help on the online part and setting up links to make sure y'all have access. I work well with the bursar's office, which is who sets up the payment plans, to make sure y'all can make your payments however you need to. We can get that done. And I'm like Jenny, I work with international students, so I'm usually online and getting, emails at weird times during the night anyway, just because of the time difference. So that's not a big deal. I'm available on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger with any questions, you have pertaining to anything. I'm not an expert on the MBA program, that'd be this one, but as far as immigration questions, payment questions, transcript evaluations and stuff, I'm your gal on that side of things, okay?
I will say one more thing. Once you do complete the degree process, I've kind of talked with Graduate Studies Office back home about if you wanted to take some of the courses through our concentrations, our electives. We do have concentration. Cultural business, and we are could be something that if you were interested in, you would not receive another degree for it, but it would show up on your transcript that you had those classes. So if that's something that you're interested in, those electives could be something we could look at getting you enrolled in as well.
Let me just also elaborate a little bit about the nature of the delivery of the program.
This program is basically designed for people who are working. So we are making sure that it is not have a lot of intensive pressure on the time of the participant. So we have it one course at a time. This is a major advantage, as you all know. We used to have the program, the old program, where students were involved in taking more than 4 or 5 courses at the same time. For somebody who is working, this is very hard. But now it's one course at a time, 5 to 6 weeks. You finish it, you take a break of a week or so, and then you start the second course. This is major advantage. The second advantage that the program is by all means hybrid program. So you do have the online program part of or major component, especially with Tennessee. We urge and we encourage the professor also to have the live interaction. So even with the Tennessee professors, there will be what they call synchronous kind of interaction with the student at a time, in addition to the online and the material that you find as you have it in a MOOC or in a Coursera type. So you have both. I think this is, again, by research done by education faculty. They say that the hybrid is the best mode of delivery as far as the objective of the courses are concerned. There are rooms for people from Egypt to go and take the courses in UTM. Actually, I just talked with Professor Cavalier about that, and they welcome. If you want to take the course over there, you can. They will help you. I think Stephanie is the lady to go to get the visa in order to go and take the course over there. And I know that a lot of people would love to have their graduation ceremony in the US. it does have a different flavor, of course. So maybe the capstone courses, usually students take that capstone courses if you have the chance in Martin or in Tennessee for that matter. So the opportunity exists for that. Whenever there is a chance that the UTM professor come to Egypt, we encourage that a lot. I know that Professor Haddad will teach the corporate finance for us, right? And I encourage him to come, and I always lure him with a lot of food. I know his taste. So we have the mansaf, we have what else? Maqluba and all of the Palestinian food. So he knows it. Yeah. So we'll have fun with this as far as the arrangement is concerned. People here will help you in any way, shape, or form. And again, help with your payment. If you need to pay an installment, they will arrange for that as well. But there is a devoted team. There's no more efficiency than these 4 people sitting on this table. And any question you have, they will answer it. So I'm going to open the floor for question. Yes, sir.
I don't think I need a microphone unless for the people.
Yes, because it's recorded.
I just want to brag on the program itself. The MBA we created at UTM, University of Tennessee at Martin. I've been at the University of Tennessee at Martin for 30 years. I've been working with the distant learning and online learning and hybrid learning for the past 25 years. I was one of the ones who established the MBA at the University of Tennessee at Martin before my time. We don't have an MBA, and then we started the MBA at my time with a few of my colleagues. At this point in time, and it has been for the past few years, our MBA is ranked up to date. We are #1 in the state of Tennessee in terms of MBA, in terms on equality and cost, relative even to universities in Tennessee and universities in USA. Our cost is very low in spite of probably a little bit higher for an equivalent to the Egyptian, but in terms of cost for American education, it's considered one of the low cost MBA courses. That based on its ranking, that is for the state of Tennessee #1. For the US, the entire US, we are number 42 ranked MBA in terms of equality of faculty who teach the program and the outcome of the program and where the people end up working in the MPM, because they usually ask this question to the student to evaluate the program itself. So my bragging all the time as a faculty of the program, always to brag or highlight our ranking and where we stand. When you come and obtain that particular degree, you are obtaining a degree that has a value known in the United States and known also around the globe, because our ranking, it comes also all over the world among the universities. That is my 5-cent bragging about the program itself. So you really are obtaining an education that has a value at a low cost. And I do thank you, Dr. Hassan, for allowing us to be able to work hard for the past 5 years almost to come up to fruition of this program. And I'm very, very forward looking for be able to help in whatever capacity we have, because I have a passion about education in the Middle East and any Arab country. Thank you very much.
So do we have any questions from the people on, should we start with the people on Zoom? Or the people in the room, whoever have. You have a question?
No, as you like.
Whoever has a question, just raise your hand, please. Hassan.
Should I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Not that it's the most important thing. You mentioned the ranking in the US. To be honest, we actually read some information online about ranking. It was somehow conflicting. However, you just clarified that right now that it's the 42nd among the across the US.
Yes.
All right.
We can send you even the source and where that comes from.
I am not debating that. I even mean it's not the most important thing to me. I mean, for me as
We are ranked number 42 in
42 in the state by US World News.
I absolutely believe you right now, and it's just maybe important for maybe newcomers or maybe younger generation at the early stage of their career to maybe have a reputable MBA ranking. So, have you done anything when it comes to ranking worldwide? I mean, do you actually know any information about the ranking worldwide of your program?
you as fortunate, yes. I mean, when you are, first of all, as we told you, we are, there are 2,950 AACSB accredited university in the United States out of 6,000 universities. That is in the United States. But there are also now international accreditation that comes in China and other. This is why we say 10%. In the United States, it's lot less than 3%. We are accredited for so many years. And when you come and Fortune magazine that come and rank you as number 42 based on a survey they complete among all these universities, and they give you the name and the list of universities, number 1, number 2, number 3, and we are more than happy to send that or at least put it on our website.
Sure, pleasure. I was just a curious question.
Oh, no, that's
Can I
fine.
mention one other thing? Because I think it's important. As part of our mission at the University of Tennessee, the University of Tennessee brand is extremely well known, and each of you would get a University of Tennessee degree, not a UT Market, it says University of Tennessee. The thing that's crucial about our mission is it's an access institution, which means we are trying to make sure it's an education available to any student, not just to wealthy.
Recording in
And I say, because if you went to Harvard Business School, I mean, everyone will know that, right? That's a number top 10, and you'll come out with $250,000 in debt. I mean, it's not more. And the point of this program, I believe, for American students, it's $20,000 for the entire program. Now, will everybody around the world know University of Tennessee? Some will. But you'll have, as Azad said, that's a degree from an important education or accrediting body or program that is affordable, that is not going to cause you to have to take on lots of debt. And my guess is that there are a lot of people who can consider that kind of debt. So there's a trade-off, right? And I think that's part of why it's attractive to our students. And my guess is that for some students in Egypt, that ability to have access to a degree that is both recognized in Egypt, the Nile University, but also carries the UT name and logo, obviously, but at a cost that is not going to be so prohibitive that no one could possibly take. I think that's part of the value here. That's my sense of the value proposition.
Being in the business, this is our business in a sense. We do have a lot of confidence and trust that this is a real value. And again, that's why you don't find in every other university a program like that. Because this is something that you have to work very hard. We have to convince the Board of Regents, we have to convince the University of Tennessee system. By the way, for people who don't know the US system, they have for each state a system where there is what you call main campus. The main campus in Tennessee is Knoxville. And then there are 4 or 5 other, what they call sometimes regional campuses around. The main campus, the Knoxville, this is the one that has all the discipline that you think of exist, all from philosophy to nuclear engineering. You find it in
in the main campus because that's the flagship. That's all the resources. Then the regional campuses, each one of the regional campus will be specialized in certain area. They do have all of, but you might not find, for instance, something that is quite recent because they are really concerned, and this is the system, concerned about the area where the regional campus is located. It happened to be in Martin that the area where Martin is an agriculture area. So UT Martin has a tremendous reputation, probably number one in the region. I don't say in the state, but in the region in agriculture. I am from the Ohio system, and we have exactly the same thing. We have Columbus, and then we have 5 other satellite campus. And this is why, for us, it's important to align with the one that is going to help us. And I don't want to put my student in jeopardy where that student is not able to compete with a lot of people who might have advantage over them. So the cooperation and the trust that we built is very important, and I'm sure that you guys as a student, as participant, will feel that. Have you taken the course in business analytics?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we did it. I just wanted to say that we're already sold on your program, and we just wanted to get your
this is important.
Access, and we can actually start paying for you.
Yeah, it's important because this, for everybody else to hear, I know that you are he is in the program already, and that's very important for him to ask these questions so other people will understand. And it's important for me to explain because, I have the advantage of being here and there. I'm still a professor at Ohio State University, so I know what I'm talking about in a sense. But I'm also very interested in getting this kind of education here. And I'm grateful for my team in Martin because they show a lot of flexibility.
Another question: how many times per week we come to campus or attend online?
Okay, who will answer these questions?
So usually the on-campus sessions would happen on Saturdays, and online sessions, they happen after working hours during the week, so after 5 p.m. And with UTM Martin, with the hybrid system, the classes take place online on Saturday, and the asynchronous classes or the recorded session, you can take them at whichever time you prefer. Yeah. The second question.
Again, the number of hours for each course, it has to be probably between 24 to 27 hours of meeting in order to be qualified for the accreditation. And as been mentioned, you have full days, and that's usually happen in the face-to-face meeting on campus, which will extend to 5 to 6 hours. And then you have the after-hour meetings, which will be from 3 to 4 hours. And you meet, I think, around 10 times. 6 times. Yeah, so they meet around 6 times per course. Again, this is intensive, and it is done in a way that will not jeopardize the integrity of the course, but also will allow the student to have a lot of time to digest the material. Excellent. So for courses here, it's 6 times on campus and 4 times off campus or online. By the way, each course will have its own schedule advertised and sent way before time. We are now preparing the schedule for the next spring. So you will know exactly what you will have in the next, not only the next months, but the next semester as well. So you will have 3 or 4 courses ahead of you in advance. Yes, Jenny.
When it comes to our courses, what we have discussed is enrolling you all in what we call the hybrid system. And so with that, you would be a distance learner. So I believe you could come here to campus or from your own home and Zoom in on a Saturday. We have 5 Saturdays throughout the semester, and you would see the hybrid class, you would see the professor, you would be engaged, you would be interacting on that Saturday. The rest of that time would be online work. These classes are semester-long classes. And what we had kind of discussed was possibly taking, if you wanted to, up to 2 classes with the time difference, how that would work. But they are semester-long classes on the UTM courses. But we wanted you to be enrolled in the hybrid setting so that you could have that interaction with the U.S. students, with the U.S. professors. If you did it strictly online, you wouldn't get that face-to-face. You would be missing out on a great opportunity, and so would our students at the same time. To have that benefit is tremendous. So that's how our courses would work on our end.
Excellent. I'm glad, Jenny, you reminded me, because in the UTM set, the 1 month course or the 5-6 weeks course is our NU courses. For UTM, they have the semester, so you are enrolled in 2 courses per semester, which means around 2 months, 2 months and a half per course. But it will be simultaneously 2 courses per semester. And this is important for us to maintain the same schedule that the UTM maintain. You have to.
Also, for the course, when you talk about why it is important to you, you will be working on a project.
Yeah.
You will be working on a project shared with American students, because most of our courses have a group, a project. And the group project has to be between, it depends on the course or the class size, how many students we have in the class, between 3 to 5 students maximum per project. And the project will be given, and then you're going to be developing all what, you know what the projects are. In finance, it's a case. In different courses, they also are. So you will be working with our student over there, and we want you to commingle with our student, and we want our student to commingle with you, so at least we benefit from each other, or you guys benefit from each other. So that is another advantage for both, for you guys, that you will be knowing what help you can get from the American student, and the American student probably can learn many things from you too.
Thank you, Professor Mahmoud. This is, I think I mentioned this when I interviewed people for this program, that in the graduate program, students learn from the instructor, but sometimes they learn more from their classmates. The interaction between the participant is very important. I do put a lot of emphasis when I interview our student on what they will add to the program themselves. You probably guys remember that. Now you have even a different angle, because you are gonna experiment with another country, basically experience. And this is an added angle that will enrich the experience much more than what we have if we have a single national program. This is not to minimize the national program, but this is enrichment for this. It's very important. Thank you, Mahmoud, for mentioning this. Okay, any other question? Yes, sir.
When you are taking us, it's a double degree. Means it's doing separate degrees.
Yes, a different degree. You earn your degree from University of Tennessee, Martin. You get the degree from there, stamped by the University of Martin Chancellor, signed by it, and you earn our Nile University Executive MBA degree. So you have 2 degrees in your hand. It's not one certificate that has both university in it.
Professor?
Yes, sir.
University of Tennessee doesn't say Martin.
So
Yes.
our degree coming from a flag university, because we are under
Under the
umbrella
system.
of the system.
So it doesn't.
Degree from, as Dr. Phil mentioned, from the University of Tennessee, does say the University of Tennessee, like any other campus, we have the University of Tennessee. What it does, I mean, the term University of Tennessee, we have graduates in every country around the globe. I've been in the university for 30 years. I taught students from all over the world, both undergrad and undergrad. So we have graduates almost in every country around the world.
Yeah, this again, this is important question. This is not one certificate that has both university name on it. It's two separate degrees, two separate certificates, one from the University of Tennessee system. It's not even from the regional campus of Martin. It's from the University of Tennessee as a whole. And one from Nile University as a whole. Of course, we don't have a regional campus yet, but that's how this is functioning. So you will have two independent degrees in your hand.
And two different names, MBA, executive MBA. Executive MBA meaning that you train further in the MBA that is more toward managerial or specific orientation.
More professional.
Or more professional than the MBA itself. Executive meaning that you have to be in the top of the managerial level to be an executive MBA.
So this is, by the way, also an added advantage. I'm glad you mentioned this because in Egypt, we are the only university that offer executive MBA. All of the other universities, including the AUC, they offer MBA. But here you got the MBA from Tennessee, and then you got the executive MBA from Nile University. Any other question, people in the Zoom? Okay, who is going to do that? Okay.
Actually, the payment is divided into two parts. The Egyptian part is 72,000, and it's can
Egyptian pound.
Yeah, Egyptian pound, and it can be yeah, it's the Egyptian part. Yeah, for sure. So this part you can apply it on different types of installments. The first one you can pay per course, or you can apply on per semester, or apply the whole amount on 4 equal installments. The second part of the UTM, it's totally different, and it's US dollars. It's $12,382. You apply it on different types of installments. Since you're attending 2 courses per semester in UTM, you're gonna apply the whole payment on 3 installments. Each installment is per semester. You're gonna apply the payment on 4 installments. Each installment is almost $975. And I guess Stephanie is also more expert in the payment of UTM, so we can.
Yeah, of course, it's based on how many credit hours. It's a cost in US dollars of $631 per credit hour. So when you're taking 2 classes per semester, that's where it comes out. I don't have it written down. Do you have it on that PowerPoint? Sorry, y'all. To $37.96. I'm pulling out off the top of my head. $37.86. That's 2 classes for the semester. And you can set that up in a payment plan, and it breaks it down into 4 payments. There's a $30 setup fee to set that up in the payment plan, but then you pay 25%, 25%, 25%, and 25%. And it's broken down. We also have it set up where I know a lot of times you can't use a credit card or the fee is exorbitant to pay. we use, we accept Flywire, where you can actually go in the system, set up Flywire. They'll send the payment and convert it for you. And we'll get notification at assigned to your ID number to the bursar's office, and they call me and they go, we've got a payment in for this ID number. And I go, okay, apply that, you know, to this student, and that's their tuition payment. But it's set up so that you pay, like, right as classes begin, you pay that first 25% plus the $30 setup payment. And then September 15th, you pay the next 25%. You know, October 15th, you pay the next 25%. And then November 15th, you pay the last 25%.
Thank you, Stephanie. The next question that we have is, when will the program start? So the UTM courses, they start on the 22nd of August, and you can start applying from now. I can also give it back to Jennifer to talk more about how to apply to UTM courses. And for those in Nile University also, they can start applying. We have students who already started with taking courses at Nile University, and they will be enrolled in the fall semester at UTM.
So we developed a simpler application for the students at Nile University, and there's a link on our webpage that you can go to. It's a fillable PDF that you would email back to me. You can do that. I think that Nada has the copy as well. So if you wanted to fill out a paper copy and send it in, that is perfectly fine as well. We will have to have the transcripts, which Miss Stephanie helps us go through that process to make sure that you have the grade point average, that you have the prerequisites for the course, which is the prereqs for the course are Accounting 201, which is an introductory accounting class, and then a statistical math class. And you have to have a C or better in both of those, which I would imagine everyone in here would have had some sort of those classes with those grades. And we've tried to simplify everything, and that's what my job is for when you're ready, please reach out to me and I will help you step by step. So will Stephanie. That's what we're here for. That is part of our job, is to make it as easy as possible.
Yes, we have a question. Do you have to apply for both programs? Yes, you do. You have to, like, we can send you, of course, the list of requirements, and Fatma can walk us through the documentation needed for NU.
Okay, so let's talk about the requirements. The first one is the having a bachelor degree, and the grade is good or above. In case you don't have a good and the bachelor degree, we can like settle on something different, on providing 3 recommendation letters instead of 2. The second requirement is providing an English score. And the English score, it's up to you if you can provide IELTS or TOEFL. If it's TOEFL, it's 500 or above. This is the required one. And if it's IELTS, it can be 6 or above. We also, the third one is providing recommendation letters from the institutions you're working at. 2, if you have a grade good in the bachelor degree, or 3 recommendation letters if you have like something below the good degree, the good grade in the bachelor. We also other list of requirements like that is related to the university, like the transcript and other documents like the national ID and the photo for sure. Like I can send you all a list of the requirements and via email if you would like to check what documents available with you, and the other documents we can talk about it, and we can set a deadline for submitting the rest of documents.
Thank you, Fatma. So I think these are all the questions that we have for now. And it's 6, so this concludes our information session. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us via email. And we're looking forward to having you join the program. Thank you.
I think for the student over here, the one in the program already, they are eligible to have the giveaway.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Even